Meanwhile, let's get...
What's going on, people? Welcome to the United Stand. Welcome to the Flex and Rants show. Rants, what a week.
Bruv, best feeling ever.
What
man,
a
it
week.
felt like this. I ain't been this happy since probably the PSG game, bro.
Yeah.
Fam.
Back-to-back results against Jose coming back. Great performance from the boys.
Fuck Jose.
We'll start on that one.
So
We'll go
good.
on to City because I haven't seen you in the week. I mean, what a game.
Amazing. Hey, bruv, like, Tottenham was shit, yeah, but hey, like, we just outworked them, bruv. The passion, like, the intensity, everything. Do you know what I mean? Tottenham looked like how we looked under Jose. Like, loads of people, remember, when Oli was on a bad run, they were like, oh, like, we shouldn't have sacked Jose. Them man looked exactly how we looked. And that's why I wanted him out, bro. There's nothing there. At very least, yeah, man talk about the quality of the players. Cool. But man need to have intensity, you know. We're moving the ball too slow under Jose. Jose's got better players at Tottenham, but guess what? Same recipe, bro.
Was it because they went and won their next game 5-0, which Tottenham will do that against the crap teams or whatever. But do you think we played the occasion?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. The place
Everyone
was
raised it.
rocking,
Everyone,
bro.
even as fans of the 12th man, which brings us into City.
Yeah.
What a performance.
It
That
was.
first 35 minutes.
But you know what it was, yeah?
Especially.
With both games, we didn't do nothing different. We've been playing like that all season. The difference is, in the Tottenham game, we got the goal early.
Yeah.
You know, usually we always start like that, bro.
Yeah.
And then we don't take our chances, then we concede.
Yeah.
And then first 10 minutes of second half, we concede again.
Yeah.
That's what's
And then the
been
game's done.
That's what's been happening. But this time, the Rashford goal, yeah, in the Tottenham one, bounced over the keeper. The keeper should probably do better there, but literally, like, we just had the rub of the green.
Creating chances at will. Like
At
that.
will.
Like, don't get me wrong, City, some people were saying that, oh, yes, it's not the proper City side. Listen.
It wasn't, but it doesn't matter.
They've got better players than us individually all over the park in most positions, but it's not about that. Our application of our formation, because we were saying, don't go negative, Solskjaer.
Yeah.
Don't play 5 at the back. You've got Rashford, who's confident right now. James is confident. Fair enough, bring Martial in if he's fit. Keep Lingard in that number 10 position. Fred McTominay will get to them. That interchange in transition was just so quick. City had no answer. We were actually raining chances on them.
Yeah, but you know what it is with Man City? They're not blessed with pace anyway. They're not. You know what I mean? They've got Raheem Sterling and they've got Kyle Walker. That's it. Like, they're not really blessed with pace, and we just outran them.
Didn't
bro.
realise Jesus was there as well.
On
Like,
the
don't
break-
get me wrong, he's a decent player,
On
Jesus.
the break, we killed them. I told you, Jesus, blood. Nah, he's just... The thing is with him, yeah, I don't know, it's just a gas, bruv, because he's Brazilian, bruv. That's just all it is. Man said it already, bruv. Man's a Brazilian Milan Barros, bruv. I'm telling you,
Well,
bruv.
speaking-
That's just what it is. It's just a gas.
Speaking of Brazilian gas.
Ronaldo, blood. The Brazilian. Hey, it is what it is.
I mean, Rashford's willingness to get at people when he's confident like this is when you're going to see the best of Rashford, innit? And we'll talk about in a bit about your thoughts on him as you know, in the entirety. We'll get to that. But on his performances of recent, when he's confident and, more importantly, staying to the left-hand side and just being positive and just getting at, man.
Bruv,
Sick.
That's what he does.
Yeah.
That's what he does, and that's why he can't play up front. Told man, blood, he has to play the way facing goal all the time. Direct. When Rashford has his head down, yeah, and he just runs at people.
Fearless.
He's a problem. That's
Yeah.
how he won that penalty.
Yeah, just
All of
literally going at them,
All
yeah.
of his goals are either penalties or coming inside from the left-hand side. He scored one tap-in against Liverpool. That's it. None of them are strikers' goals, bruv. He's not a striker. That's what man's been saying again and again and again and again.
That one Daniel James against Norwich, come from the left, Daniel James put him in. He's
But
clean
that's
through.
what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
Rashford ain't a striker, bruv. He didn't turn into Raul overnight, you know. His goals, he's scoring some belters, fam.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
proper bad man goals cutting in from the left. That's what he is, innit? And his form has coincided with Martial coming back down the middle. And then, even when Mason played, he played down the middle. Rashford staying out wide. So Oli gets it. now.
Solskjaer knows that, innit?
Oli
Yeah,
knows,
he knows that.
the one time Rashford did get moved up front against City, second half, like when the substitution got made, you saw again, that's when things started breaking down. That's not his game, bro. You need to play to his strengths. He's one of our key players at the moment on form. Play to his strengths. His strengths are receiving the ball where he can run at people. When you play in the middle and it's congested, he can't do that. Do you know what I mean? And that's where Rashford came from, blood. Because man's playing down the middle and he was throwing up 1s out of 10s, bruv. Everyone can be honest with that. But when he's out on that left-hand side and he's running at man,
he's a different player
forget
altogether,
it. You see the run for the penalty?
Yeah, different player. And the way we got the ball to him, I mean, we'll go on to Fred now. Fred and McTominay in the middle, but let's talk about Fred in particular, man, because a lot of people wrote him off, and he's in a good run of form now. I know things change. Yeah,
this is him, bro.
Has he arrived?
He's arrived, bro. When you watched him at Shakhtar as well, that's what Fred does.
This is
bro.
the type of player.
When I saw him dismantle Man City in the Champions League, that's what he did. Box to
and he
box.
did it again.
And it's not just box to box. He pops up on the left wing, the right wing. The ball he played across for Rashford, and when Rashford shanked it,
should have hit target there.
Eye of the needle. To be fair, that was a hard chance.
He set up
a lot of people are thinking, Rashford should have scored that, but I don't think
he should have scored.
He should have taken a touch and probably taken it with his left foot and that. But when he's confident like that, I'm not going to begrudge him taking the shot. But the ball from Fred and from Lingard, he chested it and spun the volley.
That interchange was just,
it was
just
on. Fluid,
Yeah.
bro. And Fred popped up on the right wing. That's our centre mid. He's everywhere, bruv. Everywhere.
And even in dispossessing City, he was, like you said, he was just everywhere. He was winning his 50-50s, and if he didn't win the first, he'd win the second. He was releasing the ball at the right time.
Since the Liverpool game, in terms of affecting matches from start to finish, he's been our best player.
Yeah.
He's been our best player. Rashford in moments has been irresistible, but in terms of the whole 90 minutes start to finish, Fred's been our best player since the Liverpool game.
And McTominay next to him, he was winning loads of little niggly fouls. Some fouls he weren't even getting, to be fair, maybe looking for it a bit too much. But again, energy, passion, breaking up the play.
They
next to
complement
Fred.
each other because what Fred doesn't have physically, McTominay has.
Winning
and what
headers,
McTominay doesn't have technically, Fred has.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So they're the perfect foil, to just bring back Pogba, for him to just source in that advanced role, bruv, and win us the Europa League, blood.
That was very particular.
Yeah, win us that Europa League, fam. I'm telling you, just win us the Europa League, bro, because I feel like that competition, them two are going to thrive in that competition, and Pogba will get more space in that competition.
But
I just feel like we can win that with them three in the middle. We can.
Especially,
and with Rash,
you never know, you get a good draw, keep
form,
going.
Man.
Exactly. No. There's no one in the Europa League we should fear. You know, we can go to City and win. We can beat Spurs at home. We can do well against all the top sides. Why not? Why not? With the way we've been playing, though, like it was such a buzz at the end of the game. Like everyone's buzzing. Going forward now, can we take that confidence into the sides that we should be beating? Because you don't get top four by just beating the top four. You don't. And our record against the top 6 clubs has been good this year.
Under Mourinho and under
rest.
Louis van Gaal also, we were like top of the table for top 6 duels. It means nothing, bro. If you beat all the top 6 teams and you don't win any other games of the season, you don't get 40 points. You get relegated, bruv. Like, it's not what you do against the top 6. It's what you do against everyone else. Like, Mark tweeted something the other day saying Leicester have only taken 7 points against the top 6. We've taken 14.
And they're second.
And they're well clear of us.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? So it don't mean nothing. And for everyone saying, Leicester got well better players than us, where was that energy when they were 12th under Puel with the same man?
Yeah.
It's got nothing to do with better players.
Only bought one player.
There you go, and lost their best centre back.
And lost player.
Bro, they've got a very, very good coach. They've got players that bought into a system, and he's improved nearly all of their players.
100%.
All of their players, bro. That's down to coaching, because it's the same players.
Yeah.
So I don't want to hear they got better players than us, because when they weren't even in the top half of the table, no one was singing that song, bro. Do you know what I mean?
And they came to us. Again, we raised it for a big game. Vardy didn't have a shot all game.
And when we clarted them, no one was saying, Leicester.
We wasn't amazing. We didn't have loads. It was one of them games where we just, exactly, it was more that.
We didn't have to be amazing.
We all said after that Leicester game, I remember it vividly, is that we defended very well. We kept Vardy quiet. We stopped them countering us like they can do. We kept Maddison fairly quiet. I think Chowdhury started that game as well.
Yeah.
And we did okay. And I remember Matic coming off, Fred coming on, and he kind of shored it up a bit as well. But I think, did Rashford win the penalty?
Probably.
I can't remember.
Most of them.
Yeah, but obviously he scored the penalty and we got that quite early, so we had a few nervy moments. But by and large, I remember a lot of people after that game saying Leicester are going to be our tips to get in the top 4 and that. They couldn't even come to us and beat us at that time. Don't get me wrong, they went on a run after that. But it showed, like you said,
But it
for the
shows
players they've
everyone,
got.
now
we can,
people are saying, oh yeah, they got better players than us. The energy wasn't there when we beat them. It wasn't there when they were 12th, bro. So when I said, with the players we have, we should be challenging the top 4 and people wanted to laugh, what now, bruv? If we can beat all the teams in the top 4 and in the top 6, then why shouldn't we be challenging for top 4?
I kind of, actually, going back to the City again, kind of missed this out, kind of jumped it. Bissaka. I mean, Sterling, massive respect to Sterling. I'm not one of these fans that hate Sterling just because he plays for City.
Son.
Bad boys.
The two
Bad
best,
boy
two of the top 5 attackers in the Premier League right now.
Didn't do nothing.
Back pocket.
Madness. There was a couple highlight reels going around on Twitter when you see it's like same one with Fred as well. Highlight reel where you can get to see their best moments. Bissaka, the interception after tackle after. He was just everywhere, bro. Everywhere.
He's an attacker's nightmare because he's a dying breed of defender that just loves defending.
He just proper,
you know what I mean?
like you get that sense in it. Like when he starts to get attacked, it's like he's like, all right, come on then,
bro. He activates.
Come on then, come on then. Like, I want this now.
And then
come on, let's
just
have it.
Drops his arms and he's just like, come on then. Like he just wants.
And he doesn't
it,
even
man.
like. He does this thing. Yeah, I don't know what it looks like when you watch it on TV. Bissaka does this thing that when the ball maybe gets switched to his opponent or it's on his way to his opponent, he kind of casually just gets there and you think, it's not like he's sprinting out to make sure he can't. He's like, that's cool. Give him the ball. That's cool.
That's it. I'll give you half a yard because it just doesn't mean anything, bro. Like he's a proper defender and he's got them long legs, the strides. He can tackle with both feet on the run. He doesn't commit early. That's why he very rarely gives away fouls because he stays up to the last minute.
Do you think he'll improve going forward?
Of course he will, because he'll have to do it more. It's repetition, isn't it? It's repetition. He'll improve going forward. But the problem is, like I said last show, nobody talks about Ashley Young going forward because we got Rashford on that side.
Yeah.
We need someone that's a bit more clever on the right-hand side, and that's no disrespect to Daniel James, but Daniel James's profile of a winger is very much suited
to the counter-attack.
To the counter-attacking style when we're away from home, not when we've got loads of the ball, because he's not going to drop short, get the ball, link, and do all of those things. He's a workhorse both forwards and backwards, which is amazing for away from home when we're playing against the top teams. But when we're playing against the smaller teams that are going to sit back and we need someone a bit more clever, that little ball down the side for him to run into won't be on all the time. Do you know what I mean? So
the space won't always be there.
The space won't always be there. Give Daniel James space and he's an absolute nightmare.
Which brings us into the next batch of games now, Rants, because I know, look, it's easy when we win a couple of games. I was over the moon we won those 2 games. You know, we sat here at the Flex and Rant show before the Spurs game. I think you said, did you say 1 point?
Yeah, I said 1 point.
You said 1 point.
And then we got the draw, and I thought, that's it.
Yeah, exactly. So, and I remember Ricky saying to me as well, he was like, he predicted maybe the points we did get, but the other way around.
Yeah.
But we sit here in this position, but it's important. I think it's really important that, we can't get carried away because of evidence. The evidence hasn't, I'm not gonna say it won't and it doesn't. It hasn't so far supported the fact that we can go on this run, not in the big games. You know what I mean? We've raised up, we didn't have question marks over the big 6. There was no question marks. We showed we can turn up.
Over the last 4 years against the big 6, we've been all right. We've been there or thereabouts anyway, so it doesn't mean, irrespective of the manager.
So this patch coming up now of winnable games, whatever you want to call them these days, because we haven't proved it. But yes, on paper, these winnable games coming up, that's even more important than these.
This is what you judge United on. You don't judge United on what they do against big teams. What kind of team talk do you need against Man City? What kind of team talk do you need against Mourinho coming back?
And it's not taken away from the performance. It's just looking at.
But I'm saying
we haven't proved it in the other games.
Have to be up for these games, bro. They have to be. And also, when you're playing against a top team, you know if you're not 100%, you could get embarrassed. It's the complacency.
Yeah, it could be 3, 4, 5.
You know what I'm saying? It's the complacency. It's the lack of urgency. It's all of these things that could creep in against the smaller teams, bro. Leicester won their 8th game on the bounce yesterday. 8 games, bro.
That's the sort of run you need to be going on.
We
to be
just
up
won our
there.
second game the first time we've done back-to-back wins in over 5 months, bro. And man are getting overly excited about it. Don't get me wrong, I'm fucking ecstatic, bro, that we won those 2 games. But the 3 points against City and Tottenham, like those are the same 3 points against Aston Villa, Sheffield United. You don't get nothing for it. It's just like when Arsenal won the league unbeaten. I said, bruv, like, you still just won the league like everyone else. Do you see what I mean? Yeah, cool. You got a gold trophy and that.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day,
it's still one league title. It didn't count for
on
3.
the Premier League title, it doesn't say Arsenal 1990 unbeaten or something. Like, it doesn't say unbeaten. It doesn't say unbeaten on the trophy, bro. Like, no one cares, bro. If you win the world title by a knockout or on a points decision, you still got the belts, bro. Do you see what I mean? It doesn't matter how you get there. So just because we beat Tottenham and we beat Man City, it doesn't mean diddly squat if we lose at home to Everton.
First
It
of all,
means nothing.
I've never heard you say diddly squat.
Yeah, me neither, blood.
I've never heard you say diddly squat, but go for the games coming up.
Look at the games coming
Next
up.
game,
yeah?
Everton, and you know what, Rans?
We've
We'll
got
talk about
AZ
this.
Alkmaar, yeah. We have to win
that because we've got to come top
finish
of the group.
group.
Yeah, we're already through, but we want to. I think with that game, Solskjaer's got to put just a couple of the experienced players. You can't play the youths completely like
a
he did
couple of the
against the
experienced players
Yeah.
is a problem because we'll probably draw that game. I think he has to go for a strong-ish team.
Yeah,
Because the
100%.
amount of money that we lose as well, if we don't finish top of the group, it's not just the seedings, yeah, but we lose like 1.5 million or something like that, and I know that the Glazers ain't gonna have that. Do you know what I mean? And then we've got Everton.
Let's talk about Everton quickly before you carry on with that.
They've
run.
got a resurgence at the moment, but Big Dunk still got the sweatband on, bruv. I'm telling you, and he kicked every ball.
He was Mike Bassett, England manager.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, even though he's Scottish.
Yeah.
But he was like, fuck this. 4-4 fucking 2, mate.
Yeah.
Kick
Bruv,
lumps.
back to
You
the
fight for
basics.
every ball. Yeah. Second challenge, first challenge. You do the shithousery. You bully them. When you look back at, I watched the highlights of the game and the analysis of the game. They were on to Chelsea.
Fam?
Innit?
The stats said, yeah, that's the most tackles they've won in the last decade.
Madness.
In a game.
Now, that's not a coincidence. So, with that being said, do not think that Duncan Ferguson is not going to bring his Everton side to Man United, to Old Trafford going, they won't want it with you.
Bruv,
You outrun them.
Passion is not beating Everton on Saturday.
No.
We're going to have to find something else.
Yeah.
Because if we think we're going to outwork them and that's going to be enough,
No,
it's not.
it's not.
Do you know what I mean? These men are going to come with a bit between their teeth and they're not playing.
But it's the perfect chance for us as a club,
show
for
that
our
we're
players,
serious.
to show we're serious. Let this be the turnaround. My God, a lot of people think, I spoke to some idiot, I always call him an idiot because I always see him at the games and he always chats shit. Guy with the Oasis hair, he was, he can't really hear anything because the hair's over his ears anyway. But he was like, you're not United, you want United to lose and all this shit. Bruv, shut up. But more to the point, we want this to be a turnaround. Do you see what I'm saying? I want Ollie to get this right.
Bruv.
And this is where the question mark is because, yes, we've seen us beat them. If we don't beat Everton and we draw, it's going to be back to square one.
Because, bruv, we're 5th now, but we could end up 8th if we don't win that game.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's the margins at the moment, bruv. Everyone wants Ollie to
Then it's
do
what?
well.
Watford after that? New manager bounce. New manager bounce. Nigel Pearson, he don't take shit.
And we got the quarter-final against Colchester as well. At home, then we got Watford, then we got Newcastle, and they've already beaten us this season.
And Steve Bruce, he's doing that Steve Bruce thing.
Bruv.
Where it's like, the fans get onto it at the beginning, it's like, oh, get out, shit.
That's what Allardyce does as well.
And
Man,
now
like,
look,
it's not working,
they
and
find
it
this
clicks.
little click where it's, to beat Sheffield United, we couldn't do it. They beat them
There you
away,
go.
comfortable. I won't say comfortable, but you know what I mean?
Bruv.
They did well. 2-0,
They
kept
got
clean
the
sheet.
W.
And then they beat Southampton. So they're on a good run. Again, why are they going to come to Old Trafford and fear us? Unless by then we have slapped Everton and we look really, do you know what I'm saying? But they still won't fear us.
Yeah,
they went to, they drew against City 2-2 at home. There's no easy games in the Prem.
And then man have to go Turf Moor as well.
They got slapped by City 4-1. Like, Burnley's that team. You can either slap them
They
easily,
can beat anyone though.
or they turn it on and Chris Wood and Ashley Barnes do the scumbag thing on you.
All of these games, we should win them if we're serious, bro. Because
we're
I'd expect
serious.
Leicester to win them.
Yeah.
So why
Look
should
how
we?
Leicester dispatched the Villa
Dispatched.
away. And that's a tricky game. You know, Villa, see what they done to
What
us?
did we do against Villa? And look what Leicester done against Villa.
Away as well.
There you go. So, like, man can't get carried away, yeah? Like, there's nothing more than I want Ollie to do this Guardiola thing and be at Man United for fucking 5-6 years and the whole heritage thing and all that. But, bruv, man's looked at the evidence over all of these games and I'm like, bruv, we just got our first back-to-back victory since he got the permanent job. Like, managers with better records than him are being sacked left, right and centre. The only reason why he got the job is because he played for the club, and the only reason why he's still in the job is because he played for the club. So don't get me wrong, there's nothing more I want than it to work out for him. But I'm not going to sit here
And change your opinion.
and
that
change
quick.
my opinion based on 2 games that probably even under the other managers we might have won anyway. Do you know what I mean? So
You wanna see more, you need to
nobody
see
is
more.
more fucking happy than me when we win, bruv. Even my brother said, bruv, 2008 Champions League final, I was in fucking tears, bruv. Man cried blood over football. No one loves this club more than me,
wanna
bruv.
see that.
No one. No one loves
Well,
this
what's your
club
message?
more than me,
I was
bro.
going to say, because I see you on Twitter, like you say at the end of every show, for your trolling needs, get at me. That is you. I mean, you was in your element on Twitter. So more of the time, I'm not going to lie, I scroll and I just look at a lot. I don't even get involved. I just think he's on one. But what's your message to a lot of these people, not just guys, women, kids, whoever, who, you know, in our need, they always want to come for you. I mean, don't get me wrong, you have that aura about you because you're so confident in your opinion. As soon as something happens, the first thing they will think of is Rants the bastard.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. But that's the definition of rent-free, bruv. Do you know what I mean? That means I'm doing something right then, innit? Because man could get pissed, yeah? Like they used my tweet on BBC News the other day. Like, journalists will get pissed and this, that and the other because man are making a breakthrough. But the facts are, when man are thinking about the club, you're thinking about me, blood. So I'm doing something right, innit? It is what it is.
What's your message to them in terms of they think that
when you got some of these
think you want Man United to lose. That's
these
what they think.
bums on Twitter, yeah, when United are doing well, you want to at me and that, just trying to get shine on their page with their 5 retweets and that. Like, bruv, like it is what it is, innit? Like, nobody wants them to do well more than me. But the difference is, yeah, like, man are just pissed because a lot of the time when I say things, it comes to fruition. Because the same man that are like pulling up like the Rashford thing, saying, oh yeah, you said he was shit, Rashbeck, this, that and the other, and then pulling up videos that clearly shows me talking about his movement as a centre forward and his inability to hold up the ball. He's not playing up front no more. So what's the correlation?
So from your point of view, I'll put you on the spot. Is there anything that you will go, do you know what? I was a bit hasty there.
Yeah, McTominay.
Okay.
I said it.
Okay.
Remember, I genuinely thought McTominay was shit.
Okay.
Because he was playing with fucking Fellaini and Matic. And then as soon as Jose left, I said many times, I have to hold my hands up, this kid's got something. Do you know what I mean? But the Fred thing I always said. Rashford, I always said he wasn't a striker.
So to clear it up, your criticism of Rashford at the time when you were like, yeah, Trashford, no, you never said Rashford.
I said Rashbeck.
Rash Bandicoot, Rashbeck, etc.
And where did Welbeck play up front? That's why I called him Rashbeck. Because I said this looks like another.
So you were saying basically as a 9,
he can't play up front.
He can't play.
And even in the videos that man used, he was like, yeah, there's no movement in the box. Daniel James flashed the ball across the box. Where was he? Because he's not a striker, bro.
But clear it up as a left winger.
I never said he ain't got no talent. Do you know what I mean? But I always said Martial's the fucking 9. Oli came in and he played Rashford down the middle the whole time, bruv, and Martial was out on the left. And what did I say? Martial's the striker.
And Rashford as a
left winger. Fucking over the moon for the kid, bro. He looks like he's turned the corner. I don't want to be too hasty because people have form, but he just looks a lot more mature now. He looks like someone's had a word with him, or maybe he's had a word with himself and he said, you know what, yeah, I've got this number 10 on my back, I need to do more, bruv. I need to affect games more, bro. He looks mad confident now from that left-hand side, bro. He looks amazing. I'm so happy. That's why I'd put the Rashford DP on my Twitter just to wind people up and that. Do you know what I mean? Ronaldo, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? I did it to wind people up because at the end of the day, I always said he wasn't a striker and I'm so happy that he's doing well. Man are under the illusion that I want to see him fail, bro. He's one of us. Do you know what I'm saying? He's one of us, bro. When I see Rashford, I see little bro, blood. I want him to do well. I do want him to do well. Same way I want Pogba to do well, Martial to do well, everyone at the club to do well, blood. The only player that I've said, yo, he's shit, really, were 2 players, was Pereira and Luke Shaw, blood. And so far, I haven't been proven wrong on either of them. The Luke Shaw fanboys have gone missing now, bro.
He did all right, though, against...
he done all right, but...
Against Bernardo Silva, you know, he could have got rinsed and then Mahrez come on. He did all right,
but to be fair, Man City...
First game back, they were done, but it's still them plays. He did all right, man. He wasn't shit.
No, but
Luke Shaw wasn't shit.
Really, I still think we need a left-back, though. Do you know what I mean? If we're going to be serious.
Do you think we still want better in that position?
Bro, we're Manchester United. Not only should we be challenging for the Premier League, we should be challenging for the Champions League. Man ain't challenging for the Champions League in the Premier League with Luke Shaw left back. We're not having that.
That's cleared up a lot of misconceptions that you lot might have, or you might still might not.
Bruv, anyone with sense knows.
I don't understand
why.
Them man
saw how much I was smiling after the Tottenham game, bro. Yeah. These men know how much it means to me, bro. Do you know what I mean? But the bottom line is, you know what it is.
Is it because you're a wind-up?
Of course it is. But that's fine. I'm a wind-up. By the end of the day, yeah, like... People like to trigger people online. They got the little safety and they like to try to wind people up. You can't wind me up, bro. Like, I'll always get you before you get me.
Let us know your thoughts on the Tottenham game and the City game and whether or not we can continue this form, because I tell you what, the biggest tests are to come. The sides that we feel we should be beating, and we don't want to undo our shoelaces, you know what I'm saying? We just tied them up. The crepes are on nice. Can we keep them on? Because I tell you what, if they get undone, we're not going to be able to...
The real test
to put a run
is to
together.
come. is to come. Don't get me wrong, bro, because if we don't get near enough maximum points from this run of games, all of a sudden the table looks different, the mood's different.
And
bro.
if we do, we could find out, because I think Chelsea have to go to Arsenal. You never know with Arsenal.
Yeah.
I know Arsenal are shit right now, but you just don't know.
If we
that
do,
game.
then we'll be on course
Chelsea
to
have
finish
to
where
play
we're meant to
City, I
finish.
think they have to play.
Yeah.
You know, so they could. So we could start knocking on the door for fourth. Let us know what you guys think about that. All right, before we hit up the questions, I do want to say one thing. If you think about, I put out a tweet saying, honestly, Reds, where did you think that we would finish with this squad? And at the time, I know what we said, but everyone in the mentions, I've got them here. Everyone in the mentions, fifth without Pogba, fifth with Pogba. Someone said eighth without, sixth or seventh, fifth, maybe a push for fourth. I said 10th, this guy, 6th, 8th, between 8th and 6th, above Chelsea definitely, 6th, probably 6th, between 4th and 6th. You get the gist. We're currently 5th. Technically, not even technically, really, Solskjaer's maybe doing what he should do then.
Of course he is, bro. And remember, none of us anticipated Arsenal to be this bad. Because I said, yo, they've had a really good window. I was genuinely worried
They
about
said
them.
it.
Yeah.
They said, yo, we got to be sorted out the board. Yeah. We got man like Pepe, yo, 72 million. I saw DT with literally a salt shaker in one hand and a black pepper in the other.
Salt and Pepe, bro. You're damn right. You know what I'm saying? Man's playing in sprinkles. It's all good, bruh. Presents, blood, Merry Christmas.
Oh my God. Only them can, this turned into the Arsenal show. Yeah. They get a new manager, Everton get a bounce. Even Watford with Flores got a bounce against Arsenal when they were 2-0 down. And then he died after that. But they got a new manager bounce. Chelsea, new manager bounce. Man United, we had a new manager bounce. Then Arsenal get Freddie in Y-front Calvin
man,
Klein's.
Like Tyra Banks doing up America's Next Step Model, and that is peak. The only thing that's bouncing is them man's heads, fam. I'm telling you right now. What is going on?
You got Troops been running up his mouth all year. Now he's fearing relegation. After every other tweet he used to put to me was, yeah, but we're above you. You're in a relegation battle. I'm not even getting onto them. It's just funny how things turn out.
Bro, but this is why, like, with them, I never worry about them. There's just something. It's just like when we play them, I never worry about them. Man say it's Arsenal. Like, that's it. But that's what it is. Like, I've got that confidence that no matter where we are...
I haven't seen Babs on Twitter for ages.
Bro. You know what I'm saying? Man's a meme creator.
The meme creator, he's put out like complimentary tweets. I saw him tweet out something about Martial saying like he's a wavy baller but he's just injury prone or whatever. Where's all the meme wicked videos of us falling down? And
it's
why was there no videos after City? Why was there not a video after Spurs? Where is it?
I put out Instagram post and these men were like, yeah, but you're going to get spun by City. Man, I had to revisit that. I was like, good evening. You know them ones there? I said, man, I had to revisit that, blood, after the City game with Fred and the Calvins.
You know
like that. Man, still waiting for the new manager bounce.
Right, that's going to be the next meeting. That's going to be the
next meeting, man. Yeah, fam. You know, like that. It's so mad, fam. Good evening, bro.
I said, you know what, as well, They was getting on to Ollie saying he's a PE teacher and all this, he's that. I saw Freddie Ljungberg, he looked like a receptionist at the doctor's surgery, bro.
I'm telling
you. He had the shirt kind of tucked in into the sweatshirt. He looked like he was to say, who you here to see? That's what he looked like.
Bruv. Some mad thing. It's mad. We never expected them to be that bad. So because of that,
back to our point. Solskjaer's actually doing what he should do.
I said we'd finish above Chelsea and below Arsenal. But boy, the way Arsenal are playing, there could be a fourth place because I think that Chelsea have been found out. But I think Chelsea will spend in Jan.
If they can they now?
Yeah, they can.
They can
now. The ban
okay, and also with Chelsea, I think they're similar to us in a way in terms of they find their feet under Lampard. They've got a young team,
but I think
and
Chelsea
they're
have
going
a pattern of playing a philosophy that we don't have.
Yeah, but because of the players that they have this season, they're still kind of go up and down.
Because they've got a very young team.
Do you see what I'm saying? So for me, what I'm getting at is, and this is why. I know you made your decision, during periods of season. I know people getting onto Saeed for his opinion, like saying he's not a United fan and all this shit. Like, that's his opinion. If he doesn't think Ollie's the right man to take us forward, that's his opinion. Don't criticise him for his opinion, because just like how it's probably your opinion that Ollie is the right man, no one's shooting you down for that. So I'm not saying I agree with Saeed. I'm not saying I disagree with Saeed. What I'm saying is that this is just a personal thing, because I saw some guys trying to get onto him saying Saeed's trying to be famous. And Saeed, he literally, the name is in his thing, Saeed the Realist. He says how he feels.
Man said trying to be famous, but when man say that, it's just jealousy, innit? Because them man would love to be in the position, and that's just what it is. And that's why a lot of people get at Saeed, they'll get at any of us, and that it's because they're jealous, bro. That's what it is, really and truly.
But also, it's not even just a jealousy.
But
as well,
it is
like
though,
that.
because man saying trying to be famous,
that's one
bro.
thing, but what they're trying to do
jealousy.
is trying to say that he's not a fan just because he's not backing the manager, or he doesn't think the manager's going to be successful.
But there's nothing worse.
That's up to him
there's
to
nothing
think
worse
that.
than these dickheads trying to tell people how to support the football.
I hate that,
bro.
It's such an arrogant way of thinking.
You're saying, like for instance, man are saying, that Ollie's the right man for the job, but all the evidence suggests that he's not. If anything, you're the one with the agenda, because if man's got a win percentage of less than 25%, and man are getting sacked with better results than man, then actually nothing in logic tells you that based on what he's done previously in football, relegated a team and hasn't managed at a top level, common sense tells you that actually, what are you grasping to but hope and nostalgia, bro? That's all you're grasping to. So actually, if we want to talk about agendas, you've got an agenda, bruv, because you really want it to work and you're willing to overlook.
But you see, with that, man, you're not shooting them down for believing in Ollie.
I'm not shooting
you
you
see
down
what I'm saying? And that's what I'm saying. It's like saying...
I'm just saying that I don't.
We got general elections about to come up, and that what if you're not going to vote for Labour, well, you shouldn't vote then. Or if you're not going to vote for Conservative, so what? It's your opinion. Well, you shouldn't have a say then.
Bruv, you're not allowed to say,
bollocks.
because you know what it is, bruv. These men think that they're the gatekeepers of the club and they own the club, and that their opinion is final. But guess fucking what, bro? Manchester United is a global club. And most people around the world, don't fucking agree with you, mate. Like it or not. That's just how it is. Do you know what I mean? It's a small mentality.
It's all about opinion. And the only thing I'm getting at is this, we all want the club to do well. Whether or not these guys probably don't even watch this, but it might find their way to them. Whether or not you believe that we want Man United to win, we don't really care what you perceive. We know that we want Manchester United to win. Well, I'm not asking. I actually had a chat. He might be watching. I actually had a chat with a guy who is against what we do, but he had the intellect to actually come and have a conversation. And I don't mind that at all. I actually love that.
Yeah, and it turned him around.
He left the conversation still saying, well, I don't agree with what you do, but he was basically saying, what his point was that don't give the platform. This is what he said. Where I disagreed with him. He said, "Don't give the platform to people like say who
that don't have the opinion that he has." You know what that is, bro.
But then you're saying that not everybody should have an opinion. And he said, not all fans should be heard. He said, we're not Arsenal fan TV. That's what he said.
That's exactly what Hitler said as well, bruv. Do you know what I mean? If you don't agree with me, then you can't have a voice, bruv. That fascism bullshit, bruv. Everyone should have a right to an opinion, bruv. Just because someone's opinion, isn't the same as mine, I don't say, all right, cool, don't put the fan cam up.
Yeah, exactly.
Because we could do that. We could filter what comes on the channel, and just...
Well, they think, and also, because some of these videos go viral, get a lot more of attention. So Saeed at Newcastle, for example, you got a load of rival fans who might go and watch it. It does the rounds on social media. It becomes a popular video. But it still is opinion, right? But because those are the videos that maybe get the limelight at that time, these people will ignore all the other work we do. When I interview all the other fans who go, listen, Solskjaer is still the guy. What is he supposed to do with this? Look at Ed Woodward, look at the board. There are loads of videos that still say that.
We literally give all the fans the opinion,
Exactly.
You, man, need to save this energy for MUTV that hang up on man, when they're calling in, bruv. That's where this energy needs to go. We let everyone have a fucking opinion. And furthermore, when man are calling up TalkSport and all that, it's exactly the same thing that they're doing on our channel. The difference is we're at the ground level, and we don't cut no one off.
But the guy that I saw,
don't tell no one what to believe, bro.
The guy that I saw at Brighton, I saw him if the police moved him on. It was quite funny. It was in the fan clubs. You lot will remember. He was the one who was just chatting crap. But do you know what I loved about it? He was getting angry in that. Yeah, you know me. I'm very calm and collected. I don't really lose my temper. The disappointment in his face that I was still there.
Yeah. Pissed.
Cause he said, I told you then, you this, mate. He couldn't even make sense. He's drunk half the time. But what hurt him the most was I was still here. And we're not going anywhere.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
bro.
We're not going anywhere.
Supported this club since I was a baby. I ain't going no
exactly.
fucking
So
where,
to the haters, we're still going to keep giving people their opinion. But really, the point what I was making at the beginning of this section was the fact that actually this is why I kept not saying, get rid of them. Because I'm like, well, I said right at the beginning, I expected a season of this. I expected positive results where we turn it on. I expected negative results where we look crap. that's just where I accept where we are. I'm not saying I want us to be there. I'm not saying we maybe shouldn't do something to get ourselves out of that. I'm saying, technically, right now, we're 5th, and that's where I expected us to be.
That's what I mean. I said that at the beginning of the season, I was like, yo, we're fucked. But my thing is, yeah, if Poch wasn't available, again, I wouldn't really be saying that. Because I said that I wanted Poch before this Ollie thing fucking came out. I said I wanted Pochettino, bro.
Yeah.
And
You
then
said that
Pochettino
for
became
majority of the
available,
sense.
so all of a sudden I'm looking at this Ollie thing thinking we can get Poch now, man.
Yeah, so it's
Do you know
change
what
your
I mean?
thinking, yeah.
That's what I mean. Football is all about opinions, and it's all about perspective. Like, a lot of people said, 150 million well spent, Daniel James, Wan-Bissaka and Harry Maguire. Again, that depends on what we compare it to. Because if you compare it to the fact that Tottenham spent less than the 80 million for Harry Maguire on Toby, on Sanchez and Vertonghen compared all together, all of a sudden, is it 80 million well spent? I'm not saying Harry Maguire is not good, but I'm saying it depends on who you give the money.
It's perspective and the context of our own club.
Well, there you
because we
go.
were crying out for that type of player at that time.
This is it. Football should always be in perspective. The same with my criticism of Rashford as a centre forward. That wasn't me saying as a complete footballer throw him in the bin. I was saying he can't play there. Do you see what I mean? It's all about perspective, and a lot of people like to kind of out of context.
Well,
things
there was a conversation at one time saying should Rashford be loaned out at one stage. But anyway, let's get into the questions. All right, first question. This is from the AlphaMind01 on Twitter. Respect for the question, bro. I actually think McSauce is better than Herrera. What are your thoughts?
Yeah.
It's a good statement, big statement.
Yeah, I'd say so. You know what I mean? I would say so. I think that Herrera's got a better range of passing, but I think for what we need him for, I wouldn't say he's better than Herrera, but I think he's a better fit.
He's not,
I think he's a better fit
for what we want.
Fred,
next to Fred.
We want.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? He's got the physicality. Herrera's got the scumbaggery, the shithousery, elite level.
But he's got a little bit about that as well, though, man.
He does, but the difference is with Herrera, Herrera's got that continental scumbaggery. It's different. It's not physical.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's more this. Like, he knows when to kind of pull a shirt. You know what I mean? And McTominay's getting that, but that will come with experience. That'll come with age. But I think that
he's definitely had a bigger impact on the side.
McTominay is a better fit for the system than Ander Herrera. Absolutely. Like,
this is from Anes Amir on Twitter. Should Andreas Pereira not start for the first team in the league? My opinion, he's bang average and a B-Tech Kleberson.
He shouldn't even come on, bro. Like, my two biggest criticisms of Ollie in the last 2 games have been the substitutions, bro. Do you know what I mean? In-game management. Like, I even criticised Klopp for it, like, at the beginning of his career at Liverpool, bro. How you affect the game from the sidelines is just as important, and that's how people rate you as a manager, bro. When Mourinho made the changes in the Europa League when Spurs were 2-0 down and they won, that's what you get paid for, bro. Do you know what I mean? Bringing on fucking Pereira against Tottenham we could have dropped points. And then again, you brought my man on, he was booked within 5 seconds almost.
He could have got a red, bro. He could have got
a red, bro. And we could have ended up
if
losing
he would have
that
kicked
game.
him maybe higher up his leg or something,
Bro,
it was awful.
and then Otamendi's header, that he could have scored, and we could have ended up losing that game because we were on the back foot for the last 10 minutes, bro. Substitutions.
He could have cost us, he could have.
Pereira. Absolute travesty, bro. You shouldn't be nowhere near that team. Like,
so what, starting against Colchester, stuff like that?
Even that,
Come on, Razzie, go.
Bro, I swear to God, I swear to God, he's a risk right now.
Because he is playing badly.
He's playing terribly.
I mean, no, to be fair to Pereira, he can play better than what he is playing. He can. I don't think he's complete garbage.
No,
he's
but
just not
he's
good
another
enough.
one. He's another one, It's the mental side of the game. Technically, he can dribble, he can shoot, he can pass.
He can have moments in games as well.
But it's this part of the game, bro. He doesn't understand it, bro. He doesn't understand it.
And Jesse's come in them 2 games after a starter
in the 10,
and proved the decision making.
In the 10, that's where Jesse does his best work.
Okay, this is from @truth_speaks_95. This is to you, Rants. Was to me to ask you. Cool. Flex, ask Rants, what will it take for him to sing Ollie's at the wheel? And don't accept him saying it's never going to happen because we ain't beating blah, 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 because you know he's going to come back with that. What's it going to take for you to do like what Saeed did? Obviously, that was quite a silly move from Saeed to just say, I'll do it after that. But he kept his word up. I'm not going to ask you to do it, but I'm just saying, what would it take you to sing that or to see a turnaround?
If we finish third. If we finish third, I'll sing Ollie's at the wheel because I...
Whoa! You put it out there into the universe now.
I believe that. I believe that we're the 3rd best team in the league, like player for player. I genuinely do. I think only Man City and Liverpool are better than us, 1 to 25.
So you don't think Spurs have a better team than us?
I think that they've got a better starting 11 than us, but on the bench and that, brother, I think we're better than Tottenham. I honestly do think we're better than Tottenham. Like, if Tottenham are at full strength and we're at full strength, I'm talking Pogba, everyone, I think we beat them.
And Leicester?
Yeah.
Better than them.
Again, I think we beat them full strength. Like, full strength, we beat these, man. Do you know what I mean? I genuinely do. If we're all playing at our best, I think we can beat them, bruv. Like, you saw what Wan-Bissaka done to Son.
Yeah.
Like, go sleep, bruv. Do you know what I mean? Harry Maguire at the back and that. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't know who plays at left back. I'll probably play Ashley Young, bruv. You'll pocket whoever's on that side. Young turns up in the big games. Paul Pogba. Man like fucking Pastor Fred. And McTominay, bro. Come on.
Okay.
And then Ronaldo. You know what I mean? And Martial.
So thirds, everyone.
If we finish third, I will sing Ollie's at the wheel, bruv. I even do it with an instrumental, blood. I swear down.
Okay. This one's from @Walkies PG. @Walks PG. Does Ollie's record against the top managers make you think that with some good additions, he can get United challenging next season?
No, bruv. No, man, I watched us slap Liverpool 3-1 at Anfield under LVG. The guy who man was screaming to get rid of, yeah, and we had just won a trophy. What does it mean, bro? Do you know what I mean? We dominated them at home. I haven't seen a more dominant performance than that ever. Post-Ferguson, dominant, away from home, against a top 6 side. Outpossessed them in their own backyard, slapped them. Man scoring bicycles and that. You know what I mean?
Easy.
Get out of here, bro. We all laid them off the pitch at the hardest stadium to go to in the league, bro. Come on now. Do you know what I mean? That doesn't mean anything. It's always about what you do against the smaller teams, bro. How you get the fear factor back is by going to Aston Villa and slapping them 5-0 on their turf. That's how you get the fear factor back. It's not about what you do with the teams in and around you.
This is from @Shrupid. If you could have a one-on-one with Ollie and talk about how to improve our squad, what would you say? I'd say you need to go and get an attacking midfielder.
Bravo, it's not even that. First, I would want to know, where he thinks the priority signings are. Because I want to see where his head's at.
Surely he's got
I want to see
that.
if he thinks that left back's good enough. I want to see if, like, we get links with Haaland. The right wing is way more of a concern than the centre forward. Because my thing is, if you bring in Haaland, you have to start him. And what does that mean? You're not playing Martial there. Did you see Martial's goal against Man City? There's you can count on one hand how many players in the whole of the Premier League.
Do you think to hit heights, we need a better striker than Martial?
No.
Someone who's going to give 20-25? Or we could win a Premier League title with someone like Martial?
Football's not like that no more, bro. Do you know what I mean?
If your whole front three
Liverpool are going to win the league with a striker that averages less than 15 goals a season. It's got nothing to do with that. It's about the output of the whole attacking unit. Marcus Rashford and whoever's on the other side, bruv, them man should be doing 25 goals a season each. Do you know what I mean? Martial can do 25 in all comps playing down the middle. Martial will probably score more goals from out wide, but he facilitates the attack better down the middle.
Because he's not scoring as much as Rashford.
He's not scoring as much as Rashford.
He's been out.
Actually, in his last 13 games, he's got over 10 goals or assists in 13 games, bro.
So he's impacting upon the game.
His actual output is higher than Rashford's per minutes played. It's just that his fitness, he needs to stay on.
What about saying to Ollie about the style of play and how we're playing?
It's not good enough, bro. Like, we
against
need to
the big teams, would you say
we're
doing all right there and that? But could you please
find a solution? We need to learn how to keep the ball, bruv. Because what we end up doing is we end up playing against teams that aren't better than us man for man, but they're better drilled than us. And we lose to them. We try and play them at their own game. We went and tried to play 5 at the back against Sheffield United, but they're better at playing that system than us, and they beat us. Well, they didn't beat us, but do you know what I mean? They beat us in terms of the individual battles they won. We need to establish an identity. Counter-attacking football is for relegation teams. United used to be amazing on the break, but we also used to be good in possession too. Like, we weren't just a counter-attacking team. That's the string we've got. We need to add it. So the coaching needs to change, bro. We need to be better. We can't keep letting teams come to Old Trafford and have 60% possession. We can't do that.
This is from @United Martial 9. With the connection Fred and McTominay have and how they're playing, when we're buying midfielders, should it be replacements for them or good backups? That's a good question. Because we spoke about we need strength in midfield, and we said, with Fred, the jury was out at the time. We knew he was a good player, but the jury was out. He's doing well. McTominay, we said this is going to be his breakthrough season, so we didn't know he was going to do this well. Now that those two have got a partnership, and we're hoping Pogba, for however long he's going to be here, will come in and play ahead of those. If we are going to buy midfielders, do we break up them two?
It depends on what your goals are. If you really want to be...
For what we need, what do you think?
If you want a challenge to win the Premier League and to win the Champions League, you have to be looking better. You have to be, innit? Like, that's no disrespect to you, Scott. Scott's a brilliant player. But if a man said to me, right, you could have Ndidi, I'm playing Ndidi, bro.
Yeah.
Do you see what I mean?
Right, no, we see, right, it's difficult, Raz, because what McTominay's actually doing in our midfield is like, he's doing a really good job, man.
I know what he's doing, but bro...
Would Ndidi do loads more than him right now?
Yes, but here's the thing though, I'm not saying that we need to go get Ndidi.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, we have to think about it. It's all about balance. It depends on what you want to go for. Yeah. If you want to go for this hunger, United heritage thing, cool. Scott can
the balance next to Fred as well does
be the
work.
guy, but for me, yeah, like, you see what Fred gives you, like, Fred, he's still got another gear to go up. The geezer's mustard, bro. Like, he's different. I think that we could still go and get, say, a James Maddison and a Christian Eriksen, if we're going to lose Paul Pogba.
With that type of player.
Yeah, we still get... I think we need both of them. I think we need them both. Do you know what I mean? I think that competition for places is great.
Yeah, because that's another thing thinking about, because so good getting the one, as soon as someone gets injured.
Player, but you know what? Before Scott got injured, he was on a bit of bad form, mate. He was. Remember the Chelsea game? Like, Fred carried him.
He wasn't as good as he had been in the previous games before that. Because again, he's still finding his feet.
He's young.
And he's done it fantastic.
He's still maturing. Scott McTominay just turned 23 the other day or something like that, didn't he? He's still maturing as a
So if we do get an experienced, more complete player,
an older player that can play in that position.
Darren never spoke about this team needs experience.
Bro, like, even with Rashi and that, who's his role models? Who's Rashi looking up to?
He's the guy. He is the guy.
When the man comparing his numbers to Ronaldo's age and that, remember Ronaldo came into a team with Keane and Scholes. Ronaldo wasn't on penalties. Van Nistelrooy was. Do you know what I mean? A lot of people saying, yeah, Rashford scoring loads of penalties. Don't take away the penalties now. Because when Gerrard and Lampard were banging penalties, none of you man were talking about penalties.
Yeah, it's true.
Okay? Penalties are goals.
Yeah.
But the facts are, Ronaldo never had that responsibility at Manchester United at that age. That's the reason why his numbers weren't looking like that. But Ronaldo scored 31 Premier League goals at 22. Rashford's 22. I call him Ronaldo and that because it's the gas, but let's be real, innit? Ronaldo's on another level.
That's not even a conversation.
Do you know what I'm saying?
That's not a conversation.
That is supreme trolling.
I think even the Wallies that won't even...
Do you know what I mean?
They can't take it seriously.
The difference is it's different. Ronaldo came in with a Roy Keane to say, you know what, lad, less of this, do this. Who's Rash got to look up to, bro?
Which is why we need to
We need to bring... Bruv, that's why I'd bring in Eriksen. Bring in an older player like that. Bring in Eriksen. I'll bring in Madders as well. But we need a bit of, like, an older player in and around there. Matic is supposed to be that guy, but his attitude stinks, so get rid of him. Do you know what I mean? But we need someone of around that age, 28, 29, to come in and say, you know what, we can steady things. Game management as well, which we've been lacking against some of the other teams. See a game out. We need a bit more experience. Okay. So I would definitely go for experience. If it's not a better player than Scott, someone older, more experienced.
That can come in when needed, etc., etc. These are some of the questions from Instagram, because we did say the questions can be about anything, not just about our team or whatever. This is from Daniel.B10. If Arsenal stay like this, who do you think will leave and how will it affect them? Aubameyang probably did, isn't it?
He'll leave.
Yeah, because they've got like 18 months in his contract.
He's at that age where he probably feels like...
He's got one more big move, I think.
Yeah, but that's it. He's at that age where
he's
he thinks, yo, I need to win something.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's just who would fork out the money for him, because Arsenal spent 60 and they're not going to lose that. So someone's got to be willing to pay more than that for him, and that's where I think that the stumbling blocks might come. Do you know what I mean? So I think, yeah, like, they're not in a very good position.
I can't remember who this is from, actually. Let me have a look. Basically, the question is, what basketball team do you support? That's from at United chart. NBA team do you support?
Rockets, they know that. They know that. Anyone that follows me on Twitter knows it's the Rockets, man.
I haven't followed the team consistently for a while from when I used to play. Yeah. But my team at the time was actually the Mavericks.
Yeah, there you go.
I used to love Dirk Nowitzki.
Bad boy, innit?
I used to love Dirk Nowitzki, man.
Bad boy, Dirk Nowitzki,
He was a bad boy. He really was a bad boy. Let's pick one more question.
And he's
a baller as well.
That's what I mean. That's like the new Dirk, bro. I'm telling you. So, like, it's mad.
That's 3-point shooting for such a big guy.
Cold, innit? Clutch, bro.
We've drawn 6 games this season and been winning in all of them. Why? Says J.More94.
In-game management, the substitutions, and also game management. Bro, like, momentum. And a lot of the times, Oli switched, either brought Pereira on or switched to a 6 at the back, and we concede, bro. Like, it happens. The thing is, we need to attack to the final whistle, because we don't have the team to play pragmatic football. We don't have it. And that's the difference. When Oli first came in, after Jose, the reason why we went on that run is because we just attacked teams for the whole game. That was it. We didn't try and be too clever. We don't have the players to do it.
So play the system that suits us.
We don't have an Ander Herrera now to kind of shithouse our way to a victory or a Fellaini. We don't have shithouses really in the team. We've just got young, enthusiastic players that want to go that way.
But part of that, the young and enthusiastic, we have to expect inconsistency.
We do, but then I'm saying, don't just play to your strengths, bro. Like,
which is why I like the way he set us up against City, because he's like, do you know what? I'm not going to try and be too meticulous and be like, we can stifle them here.
That's why I was fuming against Sheffield United. How you going to match them up, bro? We don't have the players to do that. Don't try shithouse your way to a victory. We don't have those players. We need to just be positive, roll the dice. You win some, you lose some.
Last question, because it's completely off this topic. This is from @the_names Taiwo. What's your opinion on the Sterling criticism in relation to the racism incident in Saturday's game? I thought it was unfair.
The girl that got her Twitter suspended.
Why did she get? I didn't understand that.
Because she was like, Sterling, and they were calling him PR Raheem because they were like, you only stand up for black people or racism when it's you getting racially abused.
The things he's done all year, bro, to stand up to, he doesn't have to answer to anyone.
People are tired of talking about racism. Like people think like they're always quick to say, no, here's the race card again. Bro, we're tired of talking about it. It affects our everyday to the point where like we just don't care. We just don't even want to talk about it. And
I don't even think, it's not even guaranteed that he saw the monkey jump.
Raheem saw it, but you could see Raheem was shattered, bro. Man's had Wan-Bissaka running down, man, for the whole game. Raheem just wanted a drink of water at that point. Brother, he saw it and he had his hands on his hips and he was like, bruv, not this again.
I just think for what he's been through and how he's advocated himself.
To prove to anyone.
You can make what you want. You might think it would have been nice for him to put an arm around Fred and say, don't worry.
It's not his job.
You don't know what he said after the game.
Bruv,
you don't know. You don't know what he said in the tunnel.
Bro.
And it's not just his job. Meanwhile, you're taking the fucking limelight off the prick that was doing it. Do you know what I'm saying? Getting onto Sterling saying he should have done this.
That's what I'm saying.
At the end of the day, Sterling has nothing to prove to me, anyway.
This guy has done so much. And then you have now turned the focus away from the fucking guy that's committed the offence and tried to put it on Raheem Sterling. Like, no, like you don't do that. That is why she got the backlash, and this is why she got her Twitter account suspended. Because you don't do shit like that. Do you know what I mean? Raheem don't owe it to no one to say nothing. At the end of the day, he's in the middle of a game. He's seeing something that he sees all the time. He's just like, whatever. The white guys have come over and they've gone up to Fred and they've said, you all right? And so they fucking should, bruv. Because until the white footballers, start fucking standing up and saying something, nothing's going to get done. Because all the black players have said something.
I agree. That's the end of the questions. Keep them coming in. Yes, what a show. Like, that's been over an hour, mate. I mean, there's a lot to talk about.
Flown, but a lot to talk about.
We ain't got time for the quiz. You're going to get double bubble next week.
It's fine, but it's good times. This is what happens when we win. That's what we want to talk about.
And we say good times. It's been 1 week because the games have been so close together. As Ollie said, 3 days.
Man have had nothing to celebrate since PSG.
Yeah, so exactly.
Like, we're happy, innit? And this is what happens
hopefully,
when we're happy.
Going into this, man, I mean, I really hope, because one of the other questions we didn't get time to read out was, I'm technically saying it now, but they were basically saying, can we say we start to turn a corner? No. And it's like, we can't unless we win in this next run of games, man. We really do. Up until Arsenal away, which is January the 1st, we've got to get almost maximum points to really start either knocking on the door for 4th or solidifying, which I hate to say.
We have to do that
5th.
Just to be comfortable where we are right
exactly, because still one loss.
We're not comfortably 5th.
Yeah, no.
Do you know what I mean? We're one loss away from like looking at the bottom of the top half of the
and we haven't been all season. Wolves, obviously, they got a draw, so it helped us. With Brighton, Sheffield United got a draw. I can't remember. Did they draw?
I can't remember either.
But they had a result when they lost against Newcastle. It helped us up. So we've got to.
It's not in our hands.
It's not. We've got to keep going because there's still teams around us that are fishing, that are looking to be in around us, and that are quite consistent. You know what I mean? Wolves ain't losing many games.
Exactly.
Sheffield United, everyone's saying they're going to fall off. All right, they lost against Thingy, but other than that, they've been going strong. So we've got to see it. Anyway, this is the end of the show. Rants. Big up the socials.
On Twitter and Instagram for all your trolling needs, bruv. Just look for the Rationaldo DP. They were like that. We slide FC.
I'm Flex UTD across all the socials. Make sure you hit me up on that. And more importantly, make sure you guys are following the United Stand across all of the platforms. Drop your views and your comments and your questions, even for next week's show, in the boxes below. And also let us know where you're watching from. You lot are watching from all over the world. We love it. We love interacting with you lot and giving you lot a platform to have your say and interact with us. Don't listen to those idiots who think we should not be doing what we do. We don't care about them. We'll see you same time, same place next week, hopefully after beating Everton, innit? 2 wins and then 1 against Alkmaar where we win. So hopefully 2 wins. Peace.
Big thank you to you guys for watching the latest of our videos, and if you want to check out more, make sure you do that just to the right of me. We are the biggest and best Manchester United channel in the world. Make sure you check us out on all of the socials as well: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and YouTube. The socials are along the bottom. Peace.